Problem. Brands everywhere are trying to reach millennials. They're spending $69 billion just on digital ads. But millennials do not pay attention to ads. And we live in an increasingly participatory world. From things like The Voice to Uber to Twitch, millennials are excited to and are expecting to participate with brands. But most brands still talk at these millennials. What if we could find a way to connect millennials who actually want to help market companies with those companies? Heartbeat is the fastest growing network of female millennial ambassadors, rewarding real women for real life influence, and using technology to finally change that conversation between consumers and brands. Our vision is to be the biggest network of millennial women, to partner with brands and help them achieve incredible things, and to use our massive amount of data to know as much as we can about this demographic. We are not an influencer company. In fact, we won't work with anybody who considers themselves a blogger or influencer. We had a hypothesis that real women, like your niece or your cousin, had more actual influence than all of those bloggers out there. That because all of their followers were real, and that when you see someone you know on your Instagram feed, you stop and like it, that they would be more effective for brands at actually achieving real results. And we were right. We're now over 42,000 ambassadors strong. And by the end of this year, by December, we'll be 100,000 ambassadors with 270 million in reach. That means that we can communicate with more than half of all of Instagram. Oops. Sorry, guys. We match our influence. Here we go. I don't know. We match our ambassadors with brands, and we pay them a small amount, about as much as a pumpkin spice latte, to create unique content and post it on their own Instagram and Snapchat accounts. We're on track to do $50,000 in revenue this month, and we're already working with brands like Saks Fifth Avenue. Heartbeat campaigns get 6 times the engagement, and we can achieve the same reach as influencer campaigns. And while we're doing these campaigns, we're testing, we're learning. We're building an AI engine that allows us to optimize campaigns in real time. We also have a massive amount of data. When our ambassadors sign up, they not only sync their Facebook and Instagram accounts with us, they answer extensive surveys, telling us about their likes, their interests, their behaviors. Soon we'll know more than any ad platform out there. Facebook might be able to extrapolate that somebody is a mom, but we'll know that they are because they told us. And we'll also know that their kids are 3 and 5, and that their names are Chloe and Asher. Our team is stacked. Our CEO, Brian, who's here today, is a serial entrepreneur, and he's been featured in Forbes and Business Insider for female-focused businesses. Our CTO is John Hall. He's the CTO and former co-founder of Tradesy. Jim Mulhern was the youngest executive at Warner Music ever, and he's had several exits. And I've worked for some of the biggest ad agencies in the world. Celebrities like Kylie Jenner should not have a monopoly on working with brands and making money on social media. Right now, the knowledge of how to do this is held in the handpicked select few people who call themselves influencers. We want to share that knowledge with the masses. Join us in changing the marketing world for good.
Nice. Thank you, Kate. That was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Now you got your 6 minutes, and easy group.
Let's do it.
Who gets to go first?
What's the typical post entail, and is there a call to action, or is it just a branding post?
Yeah, great question. So, I mean, I've worked in digital advertising for my entire career, so I know that anything that we do has to have real ROI. So everything that we do has some sort of call to action. These are examples of real posts of a campaign we did with Saks Fifth Avenue last week. So we're asking people to enter a contest, to actually complete some sort of activity, and we always judge campaigns on engagement. As I mentioned, we have 6 times the engagement. See, these posts have examples that are 24, 20% engagement. And of course, that's because they're getting likes from people who actually know them, which in turn actually means real ROI.
But how are you said there's a call engagement, a contest or whatever. I mean, you can't really do that well on Instagram or Snapchat. So how do, so if there's a contest, or how do you tell them where to go for the contest?
Yeah, great question. So we have a system of hashtags that we use to track absolutely everything. So these all have unique, each campaign has a hashtag. They're proud to be Heartbeat Girls, so we actually have them label that. So we're able to track everything in a way that really no one else can.
How do you find your ambassadors?
So all of our team are amazing growth marketers. So we're right now acquiring ambassadors for about 41 cents, and that includes them signing up with their Facebook and their Instagram. And we find them on Instagram. Our Instagram account has 120,000 followers. We built that from scratch. We do Instagram ads. We find people in a number of different ways, but we do see a lot of organic growth. One of the cool things about our company is that when we get paid by a brand to post, we're actually being able to market ourselves, because all their friends are saying, oh my gosh, how did you get paid? I want to get paid. And so they're signing up just by seeing our own content.
How do you charge? Is it per impression, per click?
Yeah, you can think about it as a per impression basis, but we have a really simple pricing model. We basically charge $17 per post. We have a small setup fee, but that way that they know that they can estimate their reach, but they really understand what they're getting, and it's a super easy model brands really like.
And that's the same rate no matter who you're selling to?
Yeah, that's true.
How much flexibility do they have in content? Can they say anything negative about the brand, and what happens when people comment and the comments go negative?
Great question. We have never had a negative comment on Heartbeat. And part of the reason is that we're paying them, we're rewarding them with free product to do some of these things. But what we've done at Heartbeat is we've built a brand around female empowerment, about giving real women a voice. And so we have a lot of positivity. It sounds like maybe naive, but we've never seen a negative comment, and people tend to be really supportive of their friends. So they don't have fake followers, they don't have haters, they don't have people who are just trying to troll them. These people are just really genuinely excited about products. We only pay people for things that they really like, so they have to opt in. They say, oh, I already shop at off Saks Fifth Avenue. I would love to get a gift certificate there, or something like that.
And are there any rewards for high engagement?
We do have some rewards, and we've actually created a couple programs that incentivize both engagement and kind of like signing up friends. So there's tiered pricing, so maybe someone might get paid $4, and then they're able to increase how much their payout is for certain different things. But yeah, I mean, we definitely want to continue to gamify it and build out a way for them to get better at posts, learn about what works, and that type of thing.
How do you preserve this message of authenticity when it's a sponsored post? I mean, with an influencer, you have reputation alignment. If my friends, it's going to my group of friends, I may just, post about several brands for the money, and it may dilute the brand. Is that a concern for them?
It's a great question. Our entire model is based around authenticity, and we have everything. Our opt-in process is totally designed to make sure that people are really excited about it. So, right now we can see, is this type of person the person who is slightly, is representative of the brand? That's really important to us as well. We don't want a bunch of people that the brand doesn't want posting. But we want them to be really excited about it, and that's why we reward them oftentimes with the product itself.
How do you determine which ambassador posts which product, and is there a limit on the number of posts per ambassador per month or whatever?
Yeah, definitely. So every brand has its kind of general target. So our ambassadors about 18, their ages are like 18 to 34. So a brand will come to us and say, I only want to target women who are 19 to 25 and live in Los Angeles. We can absolutely do this because we have incredible targeting. So we basically, that's the first segmenting, and then we send out
How do you do that with Instagram or Snapchat?
So our ambassadors tell us everything about themselves.
Okay, so you get information. Okay.
Yeah, they sign up with their Instagram and Snapchat, but where our data comes from is they're actively telling us.
So how are you going through? So if I want to post something for a product and I want to hit I want 17,000 posts.
Yep.
So physically, how are you going through and selecting? So is it automated, or do you have to do it on a manual basis?
Yeah, we started really scrappy. We bootstrapped this with some basic tech that we built. Our new CTO, John Hall, is helping us really automate absolutely everything. So right now, all that type of stuff is automated in terms of who we select, what those parameters are. That's pretty straightforward, but in terms of like who's the best posters, what we're doing is we're identifying top performers in terms of engagement. Maybe this girl on the left is amazing at fashion posts, and the one on the right is better at, you know, makeup things or whatever. So,
Kate, great job. Great job. Thank you.
you.
That's Heartbeat.